Long ago it was said that whenever darkness became too powerful, heaven would send an angel to walk among humans in secret. But there was one rule. If the angel's identity was ever discovered before its mission was complete, the world would lose one of its greatest miracles forever. For centuries, the angels came unnoticed, disguised as strangers, travelers, beggars, children. No one knew who they were, and those who tried to harm them often disappeared into history without explanation. Eventually, the stories became legends. People stopped believing. Until one cold winter, when heaven sent an angel to a small American city. Jack Sullivan was a homeless veteran living beneath an old highway bridge in Chicago. Years earlier, he had served his country with honor. He had survived wars that took the lives of many of his closest friends. When he finally came home, everything had changed. His parents had passed away. His marriage had fallen apart. Jobs came and went. Medical bills piled higher than he could pay. Little by little, Jack lost everything, except one thing: his heart. Even with almost nothing, he shared food with other homeless people. He helped elderly strangers cross busy streets. He never ignored someone in need. Many people walked past him every day. Most never looked him in the eye. But heaven was watching. One freezing December evening, Jack noticed a young woman sitting alone on a park bench. She wore a thin white dress despite the snow falling around her. She wasn't shivering. She wasn't asking anyone for help. She simply watched the city in silence. Jack walked over. "You'll freeze out here." Without waiting for an answer, he removed his only blanket and wrapped it around her shoulders. She smiled. "You need this more than I do." Jack laughed. "Maybe. But tonight, you need it first." The woman thanked him. Her voice carried a strange peace that Jack couldn't explain. Before leaving, she looked into his eyes. "You have a kind soul. I hope the world remembers that someday." Then she walked away. The next morning, Jack found the blanket neatly folded beside where he slept. It was completely dry, even though it had snowed all night. He couldn't explain it. Over the next several weeks, Jack kept seeing the mysterious woman. Sometimes she appeared outside hospitals, sometimes near shelters, sometimes standing quietly beside lonely people who looked ready to give up. Everywhere she went, something wonderful happened. A missing child was found. A dying patient suddenly recovered. Families reunited after years apart. No one connected the miracles except Jack. One afternoon, while eating at a soup kitchen, Jack overheard two men in expensive suits. "We found her. Tonight we take her." Jack frowned. "What are you talking about?" The men ignored him, but something about their voices felt wrong. That evening, Jack secretly followed them. They led him to an abandoned church. There stood the mysterious woman. The men surrounded her. One of them pulled out a strange silver blade covered in ancient symbols. "You've hidden long enough," he said. "Your mission ends tonight." Jack didn't understand what was happening. He only knew someone was in danger. Without thinking, he picked up a broken wooden board and charged toward the men. "Leave her alone!" The men laughed. "Old soldier, you have no idea who you're protecting." One of them struck Jack across the face. Another knocked him to the ground. Still, Jack stood back up. Again and again. Every time they knocked him down, he rose once more.
His body was bruised, his lip bled, his ribs ached, but he refused to run. Finally, the woman stepped forward. "Jack, you've done enough." The men smiled. "Too late. Now we know exactly who you are." The woman's eyes began glowing like liquid gold. Brilliant light filled the church. Her white clothing transformed into radiant robes brighter than the morning sun. Massive wings unfolded behind her.
The air itself seemed to stand still. Jack covered his eyes. She wasn't just a woman. She was an angel. The men stepped backward in fear. The angel raised one hand. "You were given countless chances to choose compassion. You chose hatred instead." The silver blade turned to dust. The church shook. A powerful wind swept through the room. When the light faded, the men were gone. Only silence remained. Jack looked at the angel. "So, the stories were true?" She smiled. "They always were." Jack lowered his head. "I'm sorry. I failed. You said no one could know who you really were." She gently placed a hand on his shoulder. "You didn't fail. You completed the mission." Jack looked confused. "What mission?" "I came to find the one person who would risk everything to protect a stranger, expecting nothing in return." She smiled warmly. "Heaven has searched for a heart like yours for many years." Suddenly, the bridge where Jack slept, the cold nights, the hunger, the loneliness, every painful memory disappeared. Jack found himself standing in a beautiful green field beneath a sky unlike anything he had ever seen. His military uniform was clean, his body was young again, his scars were gone. Across the field, his parents waited. His fallen brothers from the battlefield smiled as they welcomed him home. Tears filled Jack's eyes. "Am I?" The angel nodded. "You are finally home." Far below, people in the city searched for the homeless veteran who had mysteriously disappeared. No one ever found him. But strange stories spread through the streets. Some claimed an old homeless man had once saved their life. Others remembered how he always shared his last meal. Children left flowers beneath the bridge where he used to sleep. A small plaque was placed there that read, "Not all heroes wear uniforms forever. Some carry kindness long after the battle ends." And on quiet winter nights, some say a man in an old military jacket can still be seen helping strangers before disappearing into the falling snow. Because heaven never forgets those who choose compassion over comfort. And sometimes, the greatest guardian of an angel is the person the world has forgotten.